Welcome back, amigos. See, I don't know why I said amigos.
Because you're bilingual.
Well, yeah. It's the
I
October.
didn't know that about you.
I've never even looked at another guy. It is the October 24th, 2020 edition of
not what I heard.
Wrestling Throwdown. I'm Caleb Black, Luke the Big Dog Williams, the Mighty Max Fury. It's time for This Week in Wrestling.
I guess I'll start then. We'll start with Monday Night Raw. I think the best part of Monday Night Raw has...
RKO.
Well, other than Randy Orton, high five. Because we're fans and he's not. Is The Fiend. The Fiend and I don't like the way they buried Retribution, even though it's basically buried anyway.
Okay, so there was a debate between Bubba Ray and Dave LaGreca on Busted Open Radio.
Not a sponsor.
The promo, do you agree? And I have to agree with Bubba's idea here. The Mustafa Ali promo about not knowing who they were, now, you didn't believe in us, blah, 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 the whole shtick. They put that after The Fiend came out and after the Hurt Business came out and basically trashed Retribution. Do you agree that the promo was appropriately placed because that's the last thing you would remember about Retribution that night, or do you believe the promo should have happened before? I agree that the promo happening after is really the only thing that saved Retribution that night.
I also agree. Doing it before would have just made it more of a joke than what it's already coming off as.
Yeah.
Because if you would have done it before, they'd have come out and they'd have been like, I was the hacker, which that's just a way of them getting rid of that, not having to pay that off.
Mustafa is the leader.
I'm okay with
as
it.
crappy as Retribution is, and it sucks, in my opinion, so bad, Mustafa can talk.
Yes.
And he's got some really solid, outside of his in-ring work, which is already good, his facial expressions and his delivery, there's something about him I like. Not necessarily T-Bag and the rest of them, but definitely Mustafa Ali.
I never used the word shitbag. He's a good talker. And the sad part is all of them. Promo-wise.
Yeah, except
stop it! Without the gimmicks, every one of them is a decent promo. With the exception of Shitbag. Anyway. But yes, placing it afterwards was smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Damn it,
the Orton-McIntyre segment, let's talk about that for a minute, because, we all talked about this the other night. Would it have killed
Not we.
Would it have killed them to do... So Orton's in the Hell in the Cell, and he's got the door chained.
Yeah.
And McIntyre walks over to behind a barricade, reaches down, and picks up a pair of chain locks. Or no, bolt cutters.
Yes.
Would it have killed them to take an extra 30 seconds or an extra minute for him to walk... Like, have Orton in the Orton in the cell, cutting the promo, McIntyre starts walking away. Mm-hmm. And Orton's like, "You're a coward, Drew. You're not man enough to get in here and fight me," and blah, blah, blah. Have McIntyre go to the back, find a toolbox,
right?
Open it up. There's a pair of bolt cutters. Do the look to the camera, and come waltzing back down. Have Randy Orton do the retreat, start talking the crap. He gets the bolt cutters through. McIntyre gets in the ring, and then Orton jump him. Like,
see, I like
so contrived and not thought out.
Ended where they did.
Yeah, exactly.
I like even
have Drew not cut the chain. Have him hold it. Like, okay, I can do this, and then back off and be like, no.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. That's when you get it.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I honestly think he should have done the turn like the old school Austin thing, because Austin would have done that. That's what would have been in the Attitude Era. Him come out with the bolt cutters. Well, the whole time Orton's cutting, have him kind of stutter through because he's seeing it up on the Tron.
Yeah. What's
going on, and when he starts walking back, have Orton try to escape the cell, but there's no escape because he's inside the cell. And instead of going through the friggin' chain, have Drew cut through the side of the Hell in the Cell. The chain links.
That's exactly what I thought.
Just slow and methodical. Snap one and look at him.
Right. Snap two.
One and look at him.
Like so many of these little
would have been great.
Little details that. And obviously,
and then of course, you have him get through the cage and he gets in the ring, goes for the Claymore, and then around
RKO.
Boom.
But
up high, right here.
Orton is, you know what?
I'm giving you one for that.
That's right. Orton is so just good, and he could have sold that segment. It just, again, it's It's the contrived nonsense. This was a week of contrived nonsensical bullshit on my pro wrestling programs.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
We're not. Oh, not yet. But like that extra minute could have brought it some reality, some realistic. Because obviously, like Drew, what did Orton tell him? Hey, I'm going to chain the door so you can't get through. There's no way he would have known, so he couldn't have preset the bolt cutters. Just like those little details, man.
Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire through WWE, and then we'll get on to the different promotions. Raw. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, and Alexa Bliss.
Best part of Monday Night Raw.
Plus.
So good.
Triple plus.
So good.
NXT, Breezango loses the tag team title.
Such a shame, but I get where they're going with it.
I get where they're going with it with the taking out of the Undisputed Era and Pat
McAfee.
I always say his last name wrong.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee coming in and being like, that was me, Austin all
That motherfucker can talk, man. He can talk.
SmackDown, Daniel Bryan returned to action. Him, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits took on the Collective and...
Seth Rollins?
No.
Sami Zayn?
Doesn't matter because...
I don't remember. Yeah.
Rude and Ziggler.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, they get the win. Daniel Bryan's like, yeah, fist me. Which made no sense, but we know where it's going.
Fist me!
And then, of course, Sammy, he was like, Kevin Owens was like, we could become a tag team. We could be called Team Hell KO. And he's like, that only works, Kevin, if you're teamed with Kane. Fantastic promo. Daniel Bryan, of course, talks about he wants the Intercontinental title to be defended every week.
Yeah.
To make the prestige and this, that, and the other. Of course, Sami Zayn, after that match, comes out and is like, hey, why don't you mind your own business? I'm the Intercontinental champion.
The Battle of the Beards.
I'll do what I want. I'm okay with this match because we didn't get what we should have got at Mania this year.
Yeah.
Between those two, I want to see the continuance of that program. On to other things. Raw, I almost forgot. AJ Styles has a 12-foot bodyguard now who used to watch the door and dresses up. I'm going to say it. Big Black Ninja.
Oh, it is
what he was.
Yeah, it's the Big Black Ninja.
Yeah, now he's got a gimmick.
From Tozawa's group.
Yeah. Fantastic. As far as that, NXT was decent.
Yeah.
It's hard to go wrong with NXT. The matches qualities is just great.
Yeah.
I wish they'd quit with the Gargano shit, but stuff. Apologize.
Oh,
but
so bad. It's hokey, and it's like they're basically just an annoying couple next door. Like that's all they're. And Gargano, despite his size, technically is a great wrestler. And Candice LeRae is not a slouch in the ring either.
No, she's not.
They could really do the power couple dynamic if it was done right. If they're going to keep, and obviously, like I don't recommend the power couple thing because we've seen it and it was done. But if this is how they're going to approach it, they could do it a lot better.
Yeah,
the fucking star on NXT.
Impact Go Home show was great.
Yes, was great.
Good build. Sami Callihan and is it Eddie Edwards?
Yeah,
wrestled each other. Of course, that was nothing more
to set up the Shamrock. By the way, I'm calling it now. David Richards. Well, we'll get into it about.
Yeah, we'll get into it. It was Bound for Glory. Give me some Ring of Honor.
The Pure Title Tournament has boiled down to Josh Williams will face Jonathan Gresham, and Jay Lethal will face. Hold on a minute, I forget the other guy's name. Give me just 1 second. No, Lethal will wrestle Tracy Williams in the Block A final. Gresham will wrestle Woods in the Block B final. Basically, it's setting up for Gresham and Lethal, who are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, to wrestle for the Pure title. If you haven't been watching this tournament and you want a wrestling program that doesn't insult your intelligence, while not as flashy, man, it's so good to watch. Pure wrestling in the ring, unique rules set up, very cool. Check it out and get ready for those finals. It's going to be awesome.
Now, speaking of insulting intelligence, Caleb, we're going to talk about AEW this week.
No, the hell we're not.
Some stuff happened. Some singing and some dancing happened. And then a whole bunch of nothing happened.
You know what?
That way. Turn around that way. There you go. There you go, Chief.
Eddie Kingston cuts this incredible
Fantastic
promo on Moxley about how Moxley left pro wrestling to be a sports entertainer. Puts the boots to Mox. They're setting up for this really hardcore feud between Kingston and Moxley is making it entirely about the fact that Kingston's making it entirely about the fact that Moxley sold out.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And not 4 minutes later, after a goddamn commercial break, do we come back And the two top heels in the company, one's the inaugural champion of this company. The other one is the last number one contender who had a hellacious match against Moxley at their last pay-per-view. And they do a full-fledged Broadway number. I get that it's entertainment. I've been in 1,000 musicals. I get it. No! No. What? No!
Shitbags.
What the hell, man?
That's as much of our time as we're going to give and energy to give to that.
Go fuck yourselves.
Stop it. And I did enjoy the return of the cleaner.
And yes, there were some good things about the AEW broadcast. And I get there's hokey stuff on every wrestling program. Right now, if you're watching Impact, Rosemary and Havoc are going to bring James Mitchell back from the dead to officiate her marriage to Johnny Bravo. Or, no, I'm sorry. It's Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, John E.
Bravo.
No relation.
I get the dumb stuff's going to happen, but they created that universe. They decided, in the context of their mythology, that's how it exists.
Well, here's the thing. They built for a year just to build that.
Right.
I don't want to say the goofiness, but the goofiness of that storyline on Impact was built through weeks and weeks and months of stuff, not just, hey, we're going to go have a steak dinner and then we're just going to break out song and dance.
And also, did not Tony Khan promised a sports-based wrestling alternative to the WWE, where wins and losses would matter and where would be more athletic competition.
He also told us that they'd have the best women's and tag division in professional wrestling, and that ain't true either.
Well, guess what? Tony Khan, AEW, the rest of you shit the bed.
Honestly, you know what? Impact has the best tag team division.
Impact has... People have slept on Impact Tag Team Wrestling forever, but I tell you this, for the last 15 years, consistently, they have booked the best tag team division in wrestling.
Yes, agreed.
That's all the time we have this week for this bullshit that you people call pro wrestling and AEW.
Hashtag pro wrestling.
Let us know what you guys thought this week. Leave us a comment down below after you like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com and follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Stay tuned for Today in Wrestling History. Coming up next.